Are you looking for ways to simplify and grow your business? Do you struggle with knowing where to focus your energy for the best return? Or are you loving your business success and looking to stay ahead of the pack through innovation and inspiration? If you've answered yes to any of the following, keep listening because today's episode is sure to inspire you. But before we get started today, I wanted to share with you my free Marketing on a Page template. This easy-to-use template will have you understanding exactly where your business is headed and the exact tactics and steps that you need to take in order to achieve your goals and your vision. Download it today from holisticvision.com.au/strategy or head to the show notes for the link. Now for today's episode. Hello and welcome to today's episode where I interview the amazing Angie Martin from The Growth Manager. Today we dive deep into understanding what a consumer sales journey is, and Angie tells us this should be every business's best friend. Angie Martin is a highly trained and well-regarded business development, business mentor, and digital marketing manager. Her purpose-driven personality drove her to create Annie Designs, her first business, at the age of 12. Since then, she has assisted in creating and growing multiple businesses by implementing her digital marketing, social media management, and business development skills. Being passionate about helping others succeed in their professional and personal lives, she founded The Growth Manager while continuing working on her passion project clothing brand called Pear Collections. Welcome, Angie. Hello, Angie. Welcome to the podcast. It's so great to have you here as a guest expert. And, you've got so much behind you: business development, business mentor, and digital marketing manager. I'm really excited for today. So thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me on. I'm a listener of your podcasts myself, and I'm really looking forward to having a really lovely chat about all things marketing and getting found online and growing businesses.
Yeah, it's exciting. I think that, your topic and your expertise that you're going to bring in terms of consumer sales journey, that I know is something our audience needs to hear, because I know for sure that most of them are not following through on this. So let's get into it.
Once in a while.
Yeah, exactly. So I think let's start with, with the audience. I'm sure they would want to know exactly what a consumer sales journey is. Could you explain a bit more, please?
Absolutely. It's one of my favorite questions that I get with my clients and people who are just on my channels for learning more and gaining some value to growing their businesses. And it's a question that I think a lot of people are embarrassed to ask because they feel like they should already know it. But not everyone needs to know this. It's not a normal thing for people to talk about. It's a consumer sales journey is basically an experience. It's the process that a consumer is actually going to take when they're experiencing your business for ultimately achieving whatever goal you have. Most businesses, it's to make a sale. So with consumer journeys, what it covers is when you're planning one out and creating a strategy for it, you are wanting to cover cognitive, sensory, behavioral, all the different kind of responses a potential consumer can have when going through and experiencing your business through all stages of the consumption process. Because we all go through a process when we're looking at possibly buying something, not knowing what we need to buy, to actually wanting to buy it. That includes an awareness stage, a pre-purchase review, purchase, post-purchase stage. It all comes into an experience that a consumer will take on and actually have a positive or negative one. and want a positive one to help grow your business. And what a consumer sales journey helps you to actually do is break down the actual process of how you're taking them through and experiencing purchasing with you, whether you're service or product based, it doesn't matter. But it's making sure that you understand your target consumer, their mental and physical needs of experiencing either working with you or buying something from you. And by getting it actually laid out and clearly defined, you're able to create a loyal target market that will keep coming back to you over and over again, or be the best word of mouth ambassadors.
And that's what we want. Word of mouth ambassadors.
Absolutely.
It makes life so much more easier than having to continuously go out there and find those new clients, new customers all the time.
And that's something that a consumer sales journey actually offers, is that not only does it help to create a really loyal first purchase experience, but the reorder of products or coming back as services really helps to be created and curated in a consumer journey as well.
Okay, that's great to hear that it actually covers all of that. Yeah. And, that's interesting too, where you said that it's about the journey from the pre-purchase right through to once they've made that purchase, the post-purchase stage, and all the interactions that they're going to have with your business. So, when you look at that whole journey, why is it then important for businesses to understand this and get more from this experience with their consumers?
So when it comes to sales, a already acquired consumer is cheaper than getting a new consumer. So, that it's never something that you want to always look at if your consumers are just either really expensive consumers or they really provide you profit. But it's a matter of business growth, that when you're looking at continually getting and attracting new leads to your business, again, whether your business is service-based or product-based, it doesn't matter. New consumers cost more and take more effort than existing consumers that you already have, who will just come in and repurchase from you. So what a consumer's journey does is make sure that you're attracting the right consumer that you want to help build your business, aka getting your ideal consumer or target market, however you want to say it. Then it goes in and actually ensures that you're onboarding this consumer in a way that is going to appeal to them and create that loyalty that is going to make people rave about how amazing you are. So that's something as simple sometimes of just having a post-purchase sequence that someone might go through to welcome them to a community or thank them for a purchase, or, what's the next step of becoming a client of theirs. Then going in, and most importantly, in doing the future stage, which everyone always forgets, which is going in and continually engaging with your consumers that you've already spent so much time bringing on board to ensure that they're going to have an optimized experience that's going to keep them coming back. It really makes a difference between a business that is a bit stale in its growth and a business that is continually growing. You will notice if you look at some competitors of yours or looking at other people who you really look up to in the industry, you will notice they have a very clear next step. By always answering what the next step is for a consumer, whether they are thinking about purchasing, have purchased, or are now onboarded as a full-fledged consumer, there always needs to be a next step, because we're so busy and we have so much going on that sometimes you don't want to have to think about what you have to do next. It's easier just for someone to tell you and go, this is what's going to happen next. We're looking forward to taking this next step with you. Let's enjoy it together.
Yeah.
So it really helps to ultimately increase your sales, increase your return on investment, profit, and consumer loyalty. So your sales journeys are increases.
Yeah. How can you say no to that when you're looking at profit and sales? That's all that we're here for as business owners, and, you know, putting ourselves out there, it's what we want. It's what we need to be able to grow, and thinking about that next step. Like you said, it makes it so much easier if we think about it and put those steps in place for those potential consumers or consumers that have already purchased from us, and lead them down that pathway. I know everybody's busy, so one less thing for people to think about, right?
Exactly.
So yes, definitely important. I can see that. And when we're looking at our marketing strategy for our businesses, you know, this is something that there's a lot of emphasis on for us to focus on and get right. Then how do we start incorporating this consumer sales journey into that strategy?
I love this question, because having a sales journey in theory is great, but unless you're actually activating it and implementing it, it's pretty useless. Hate to say it, pretty useless. For those of you who have the strategy, great job. Take the next step now. Marketing and consumer sales journeys go hand in hand. You can't really have one without the other. Well, you can, but you're not doing it to its full extent. So in the sales journey, there's the different stages where mainly social media is an awareness stage. Any lead magnets people might have, or free resources, blogs, that's all in the awareness stage. So most of your introductory kind of content creation that you're doing with your marketing through your website, social media, even some email marketing, most of that is all for just the beginning to introduce your brand. It's kind of like thinking about having someone walk in your house. So first you need to introduce them to your front lawn. They need to be able to get there first. Then when they become a lead is when they come on your website. As soon as they come on your website, that's when you open the door. They're starting to walk in. They're starting to explore your services or products. They might inquire on inquiry form. They might call you or email you if there's a question, or they might sign up to a newsletter database to get a promotional code, or to legitimately sign up because they want to read the content. There's a couple different ways you can do that, but then they're walking through the house. That is all through the journey of experiencing what your house looks like, aka what your business looks like. Once you get into the lounge room, that's when you enter into another stage of explaining a bit more about what you can offer this consumer that is different from your competitors, and how it's actually going to help benefit from whatever problems they're having that has caused them to come to your house. So it's really starting to put it in line as to getting to know them a bit more, getting to know what their pain points are, getting to know what's ailing them and how you can help support them. Once you've done that, then your marketing needs to continue that relationship through email marketing and ongoing sales marketing, which is a bit different than normal just digital marketing. That's when you follow up with sales calls, sales emails. That's when you go into the sales side of things. But you go into that and all of that still has marketing. It has marketing scripts, marketing content, email marketing, video marketing, a whole different ways of doing things. And then once they go, you know what? I'm ready to go to the bedroom. I'm ready to close. That's when you have closed the deal. Awesome, you've made the sale. But the journey's not over. You then need to continue marketing to them through email marketing, follow-ups, asking for a review, all these different things that all still entails with your email strategy to ensure that their experience is the best experience that they want. So they want to come back to your home.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we want, them to keep visiting us, right?
Yes.
And coming right through to the bedroom stage.
Exactly.
That's where all the good stuff happens.
Yes.
So, that makes sense. That analogy really does make sense as to how you're taking them step by step through each of those stages. When we're putting this consumer journey together, what are some practical steps that you could share in helping business owners, whether they be service businesses or service-based businesses or product-based businesses, to actually take with that?
Yeah, I love the practicality because, again, having a strategy and a plan is great, but unless you're actually going to enact it, it's not going to do much for you.
Exactly.
It really isn't. So what I always tell my clients and customers is you basically have 5 steps you need to complete when creating a consumer journey. First, you need to know your audience. And I don't mean they're blonde, blue-eyed, 25. I mean, know your audience, know what they're looking for, know what their pain points are, and know how the pain points are affecting the way they live. Because the more you can actually understand that, let's say for a bookkeeper, for example, a bookkeeper's client's pain point is, I don't want to do my bookkeeping. I don't know how to do my bookkeeping. I don't even know what GST means. That's all my pain points, but that's not my problem. My problem is that because I don't know how to reconcile my own accounts, because I don't know what GST is, I'm more and more just getting drowned in quicksand, basically, of my finances. And it becomes, as a business owner, that I just have no idea what's going on in my business. I don't know my cash flow. I don't know if I can spend more in marketing to grow my business. I don't even know if I really have a business at this point. Am I just always in the negative? You need to understand not just the pain points, but how it's affecting your target consumer. So that's step 1. Really understanding what your target consumer is going through and what their pain points are. Number 2, you need to understand what you are actually offering. I'm going to do bookkeeping again because bookkeepers are, I love them, but they're not so great at this part. They know what they do and they do it really well, but they really have issues communicating it. So it's always my guinea pig. So bookkeepers, they reconcile accounts. They might do your GST. They might do your BAS if they're regulated to be able to do BAS. They might pay your employees. Awesome. That's what they do, but that's not what they're offering me as a consumer. They're offering me peace of mind, knowing that my books are right, that my tax is being done, that I'm not going to be owing anyone anything. I'm not going to be audited and have a big surprise. I know that I'm getting paid from my clients. I know that I am paying my suppliers. I am paying my employees the correct wage, because that can change willy-nilly sometimes. And that's always a fun surprise when a business finds out they're accidentally paying the wrong amount to employees because things have changed. It can be hard, and it just takes that stress away from a business owner who's trying to do a million things. And that stress can negatively affect business and personal life. So by knowing your offerings, not just the tasks that you actually do, but how they positively impact and will change your consumers, you will be able to better understand the journey they really need to go through to become a really well-rounded consumer that's going to stay with you. So that's number 2. 1, know your audience. 2, know your offerings. 3, know your stages in your actual strategy of your consumer journey. So bulk stages for most businesses go awareness stage, consideration stage, and then decision stage. Those are just the 3 basics. Just the 3 basics to anyone buying anything. You go through finding out about it, deciding on which one you want to go with, and then actually purchasing it. So you need to be able to break down, at least at a minimum, those 3 stages that your target consumer and your offerings are going to be taking them through. So, for example, let's say a bookkeeper is doing Google Ads. Stage 1 is they find out about Google Ads. They go to the Google ad, and let's say they are offering a checklist for end of month checklist for a business. They download that, give the bookkeeper their name, phone number, and email to get that resource. That is the awareness stage. Then you go into the consideration stage where you review that content and go, you know what, this is great and all, but I don't want to do this every month. I am not good at this. Yep. I'm not good at numbers, and I'm not comfortable at doing this. That's in the consideration stage where you start going, maybe this person's better for me to do it. Then you go through the consideration stage of going, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. Is this the right person? So like anyone, you go to their social media, you read their reviews, you check out their blog, you go in and have a little peek. I always say it's a little bit of a cyber stalking. You kind of take a look around. Then you go into the decision phase where you actually go, all right, I'm nearly ready to buy, but I need to have a chat because it's bookkeeping and it's ongoing, and I want to make sure I'm making the right decision. So you have a starting chat with them to find out how much it's going to cost and if it's going to be the right fit for you. Those are the 3 stages, and then you buy.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep. You need to actually be able to sit down and work out those stages for your business and your consumer at every single step of the way. So let's say you do social media marketing, you do Google ads, Facebook ads, blogs, everything. Every single step needs a different consumer journey because everyone's going to experience it in a different way. If I find you on Google, it's going to be a very different journey for me to finding and discovering you than it is if I have been on your social media for 3 months. It's going to be a very different journey. So you need to break down every aspect of that journey to ensure that you're covering all the different questions and all the different ponderings of, is this the right person? Because then your sales happen quicker, your lead times go down, and your conversions go up for as soon as they become an actual lead. So that's stage 3. So we have know your audience, know your offerings, know your stage awareness. Then it goes into journey optimization. This is my favorite part because this is where you go in and go, I don't want to manually do any of this. So you get it optimized and automated.
Yay.
Right? This includes doing connections with Zapier. This includes email automations. This includes social media message automations, website bots. There's so many options out there that you can automate this whole journey. So once you have it all mapped out, then it's go, what do I manually have to do? You don't always have to manually send out every single email. You can schedule those or automate those. You don't have to manually always be posting your own social media posts, the date and time that you want to do it. It's the biggest thing that kills me. Schedule it, guys.
Exactly.
You don't have to legitimately write one blog per month. You can write 12 blogs in 2 days and schedule them out. So it's going in and seeing where you can optimize your journey so that you can save your time and you can save their time as well. So that's a really important stage. Then step 5, it's your future stage. So this is where they have officially purchased. Now you need to figure out how you're going to continue this relationship post-purchase. So this is where they might get let's say they purchased a coat from you. You sell clothing. It's a coat. They have purchased a coat. Great. Awesome. Tell them about how to take care of the coat. Give them tips and tricks of styling the coat. Send them things that, hey, do you know what will go great with a coat? A hat. Here's a hat for you.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing process of continuing that relationship where, hey, you bought this last year. How is it looking? Do you need a new one? Or, hey, pretty sure it's your birthday today. Here's a 10% off discount. Things like that help nurture that engagement and nurture that overall relationship to continue having people come back. And by doing those 5 steps, you're able to really make the most of your consumer journey. So first, you need to know your audience, break that down, really understand what they need from you, break down what your offerings are, what they're actually getting from you, and how you're actually helping them, not just the tasks that you do. Break down the actual stages of how they're going to purchase from you. Figure out how you can optimize those stages to make it as quick as possible and as easy as possible for everyone involved. And then in the final stage, make sure you think about ongoing relationships and actually have one.
Yes, I think that, step 5 is probably the one that I see most businesses falling down on, that ongoing relationship. Like you said, there's so many opportunities to get another sale and to reconnect with those people that may have purchased a while ago. Doing the birthday voucher, I think that's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Yeah, and styling with other products in your store, fantastic. You don't see enough of that. And I like that idea because it's not that you're trying to make a sale, obviously, but you're coming at it from a perspective of actually offering them added value with what you already have to offer.
Yeah.
They may definitely want that hat to go with that coat, but if you don't offer it to them, they're going to go somewhere else. So why not show them what you have and they can make that decision?
Yeah, it makes a big difference, and it works for service-based businesses as well. I know I use a product-based business as an example, but even for my business alone, I have a lot of, I call them growth guides and growth hacks. So my growth guides are paid, my growth hacks are free, and they're downloadable items that you just get some steps on how to do things. And my follow-up sequence to that is providing them blogs and additional information in regards to that topic so that they can learn more about doing whatever they downloaded, whatever they're having questions about. It's something that it is so easy to do, of just having that follow-up and then checking in and going, hey, how have you gone with this? Do you have any questions? Do you need to have a quick chat? Going in and doing things like that, shows that you care and provides that extra amount of value that we have been lacking as consumers for about 10 years now. And people are requiring it now. So it's a
Definitely.
way that you can very easily provide it, but do it in a way that's so beneficial.
Yeah. Yeah. To both sides.
Exactly.
So yeah. Thank you. That's, the way that you've explained that and the steps, it makes it easy to understand the progression that a consumer needs to take, and you as the business owner needs to take to put into place as well. So I see the value of that for every type of business out there. And I think that it's something we definitely need to be spending more time on. So, to wrap up, I just wanted to, you mentioned you've got your growth hacks out there, and they lead to your blogs and series like that. With all the insights that you've already shared, is there something that you can share with our audience to help them with their consumer journey?
Absolutely. So I'm a big person in learning something and then doing it. So I would love for everyone who's listening to go to our website. The links will be in the description of this podcast. And there is actually a breakdown of 5 steps to building a consumer sales journey. So excellent. All the steps that I went through today, I have written down so you can actually go in and create it. We also have a growth guide that is a template that you can download as well. And that one is paid, that one's not free, but I'm going to be giving you guys, for a lifetime of your listeners today, 20% off, so that they can actually go in and enact it now. Now, for those of you listening, I'm not going to say the coupon code because I want you to actually go into the description and hit subscribe to this amazing podcast. And then you'll be able to see the coupon code. But basically what it will do is take you through all of those 5 steps. And it has an actual, I believe it's a 30 to 40 minute training video from me walking you through the entire template. So It is awesome, and it will help you get it sorted today.
Fantastic. That's amazing value. And thank you so much for being able to share that discount. I know that anybody that's listening is going to be jumping onto that link. So they all need it and they know where to get it, and, allow themselves to take that action, take that next step, and actually start implementing what they've heard and learned from this episode.
That's the scariest step. And that's why I'm offering this to your listeners, because sales are scary. Understanding sales and the concept of tying it in with marketing can be really terrifying for a lot of business owners. And that's why you probably might not be doing some of those steps that I talked about today. And there's nothing wrong that you haven't. These are things that even professionals fall flat at doing sometimes. And my thing is the biggest, just do it. Even if it's not perfect, at least you have something.
Exactly. And then tweak as you go and learn from it as well.
To be honest, my team and I, we do it all the time. We have a lot of resources that we offer for free, and every single one of them has their own consumer journey, their own follow-up sequence. Is it always perfect? No, I am an atrocious speller. It is amazing how horrible I am at spelling. And so I even have a thing. If anyone finds an issue in the template where there's a spelling mistake, you tell me and you're going to get a gift from me, because no one is perfect. No one's perfect. And we need to start ignoring that fact. Everyone's trying to be so perfect with their business, but it's never going to be perfect, because a business is human. It grows and evolves. So just do what you can do right now, and then you can perfect it as you go, just like you're perfecting yourselves.
Exactly. And I think that is definitely one of the most valuable tips that I always tell my clients as well. Just take that next step, take the action. It isn't about perfection, because we'll never be perfect. You'll be waiting forever, and you'll miss the train, you'll miss the bus. You'll miss it all, and everybody else, all your competitors, will be out there doing what they do best, and you'll be waiting for that perfect moment. So,
exactly.
Yes, just seize the moment.
Do it.
Yeah. Just do it. Let's go, Nike.
Yeah.
They've got it right. But no, thank you so much, Angie. It's been really fantastic to hear more and understand more about the value and the importance of a consumer journey and how that fits in with your business and your marketing strategies. Before we say goodbye, are there any last pearls of wisdom that you would like to share with the audience?
I don't know. I usually get pearls of wisdom when I'm not trying to. I guess I would say is whatever you do, and this goes with sales, marketing, and business growth, you just need to be consistent. So I know in digital marketing, a lot of people are focusing on, how algorithms basically demand consistency. There's a reason for that, guys. The more consistent you are on focusing on working on your business, not just in your business, the more consistent you're going to see growth. And I mean growth as in followers, as in data, people in your database, sales, overall revenue, profit, most importantly. The more consistent you are at any aspect of your business, especially your consumer sales journey, the more you're going to have consistent consumers that are going to keep coming back, and you're going to see that consistent growth. So just, again, do what you can, be consistent, and then perfect as you go to keep that consistency going.
Brilliant advice to leave us with. Thank you. Thank you so much, Angie. I really appreciate your time today.
Oh, I really appreciate this podcast. Thank you so much for doing it. It's been a real pleasure to listen to you and learn from all of your guests. So hopefully I was able to teach some of your listeners a little tidbit today. And thank you so much for having this platform on for everyone.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for listening today. Like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. I hope you find value from today's episode. And remember, if you've got friends and colleagues looking for inspiration as they grow their business, share this podcast with them. Follow me on Instagram at Holistic Vision Consultancy, or check out my website, holisticvision.com.au. Until next week, to your success, my friend.